2 weeks. That's what an SEO expert told me it would take his team to make a strategy for my company. The next day, I sent him a 14-page proposal built by my agents for under $20 in compute. He called it 80% of what his team would have built. Today, I'll show you how to build the same thing for your business. Hello, my name's Elliot. I've been operating businesses for the last 10 years in manufacturing and retail distribution. I've built, sold, and even closed companies. Now I'm building Celavi and Cutmaster and working with other creators and operators through this agentic shift. This is operator mode. This is the story of an operator who does not know how to code, build the equivalent of a 5-person SEO team for cents per article. Every operator I know is either in one of two camps. Either they're paying an agency $2,000 to $10,000 a month for a strategy and 1 or 2 pillar articles, or they're not doing SEO at all, waiting for traffic that will never come. Both camps think the third option, building it yourself with AI agents, requires for you to be technical. It does not. The agents did the work. The expert validated the architecture. That is the 80-20 the expert was talking about. The operator closes the gap between them. That's the operator's builder's bridge. You don't need to build a team. You need to know how to grade it. And the specialists are now agents. The receipts: 20 articles published on Celavi within 2 months. I usually batch 6.5 a day. The audio version cost me about 50 cents per article. I'm not selling you a course. I'm walking you through the architecture I actually use. 3 things you'll get from this episode. 1, the 5 jobs your SEO team is already doing. 2, 1 Celavi post going through the pipeline top to bottom. 3, the question you'll leave with: what would you be delegating first? Let's start with the 5 jobs. I've been an operator for the last 10 years. I have not touched a single programming language since college, but I've hired SEO teams and I know what type of jobs they do. Here's 5 you can automate today. A marketing agency charges anywhere between $2,000 to $10,000 to do this work. For that spend, you'll get a strategy, 1 or 2 pillar articles, some social posts, and perhaps some ad spend. In-house, you're hiring 5 people, perhaps onshore or delegating it offshore. Either way, you're paying hundreds of dollars per article. My pipeline runs for cents per article. Here's the 5 jobs that it does. Job 1, the keyword researcher. It finds every keyword your category buys against. Job 2, the content strategist. It turns those keywords into topic clusters, content briefs, and a publication calendar. The first 2 jobs run once. The output is your strategy. That is what the SEO expert quoted me 2 weeks for. The other 3 run on every single article thereafter. Job 3, the writer. It drafts every single article with citations in line. Job 4, the editor and the QA. It grades the draft against a written standard. And finally, job 5, the audio producer. Every article is always better if you have a podcast included with it. So his role is to turn every single article into a mini podcast ready to ship for every article. That's the team. 5 jobs. You don't have to be a good writer. You have to know what good writing looks like and run the team to produce it. Now watch him working as a team. 1 article, top to bottom. All right, the article that we're going to be doing today is going to be the state of influencer marketing in 2026. It's going to be a 4,000 word piece. 1 topic in, 1 publication ready out. Watch what the agent does. So I asked the agent to read the brief that I prepared for him on this specific article and walk me through every phase before it runs any of them. Cool, the agent comes back with a plan, 6 phases, each one with its own agent, its own gate, and its own deliverable. Then it waits for me to go. I'll start phase 1. Cool, phase 1, the research. The orchestrator assembles the project's context first, the strategy state, the brand positioning, the published article registry, and then it spawns the blog researcher. 14 source tiers, 3 data visualizations planned, engagement growth, content cost, search cannibalization, 4 image briefs drafted, a SERP gap analysis against the competition. Let's see what happens. Cool, the packet landed with a heads up. 2 of the router sources are walled off with logins, 1 citation with no URL, 1 competitor running a black box API the brief needs to flag. And let's see, the agent flagged what it couldn't verify. Let's continue to phase 2. The writer applies the v2.1 delivery rules. Every H2 opens with a stat, citations in line, a markdown data table with source captions, FAQ schema in place. The first pass comes back at 2,200 words, below the 4,000 word target. Now watch this. I'll tell the agent I want to go deeper. The agent comes back with 4 options: fraud detection, TikTok's algorithm shift, AI production economics, and DM funnel conversion. I'll pick one, the TikTok latest algorithm shift. The agent runs a targeted research pass, comes back with 3 findings. 1, the Oracle retrain, a January 2026 deal that broke historical engagement models. 2, the risk that followed. 3, and how it invalidates the legacy tools the industry is still selling. It's going to inject all those 3 into the draft. Cool, let's start phase 3, the quality critic. So round 1 comes back with 73 points, below the 80 quality threshold. So what the critic caught, 6 of 9 sections didn't open with a stat, 2 missing internal links to the influencer analytics and the influencer discovery feature, a broken URL, missing a leading slash, word count 29% below the target, 9 citation components exceeding the recommended max of 6, and as we expected, the pipeline does not ship. The agents grade each other. The critic tells the writer what to fix. I'll trigger the fix pass now. And the sub-agent gets 4 targeted revisions, enforces the stat backend openings on every H2, fixes the broken links, weaves in the missing link features, prunes the citation components, and expands the Oracle retrain and the agent mapping sections. The word count climbs from 2,200 words to nearly 4,000. And that's it. The FAQ section gets a proper deep answer paragraph. Cool, I'm gonna take a quick read off screen and then send it back to the critic for a clean recheck. Round 2, 99 points. Every category recovers. Answers first with H2s, internal links, 6 to 10, word count, 7 to 9. It passes the quality checks. It hands it off to the SEO critic quality check. It gets a meta description done, the slug structure, the keyword tags, the schema markup, authority credibility against the 5 data primary resources, and also 99 points. 3 gates green. Article publication ready. The pipeline caught what it was built to catch. I stayed in the seat. If you want to take a look at the article, I attached a link in the description below. It has the complete audio for you to see and explore. That was an 18-turn dialogue across all 8 trends from the article. For the audio, a tailored podcast for about 50 cents. A voice artist would have charged hundreds of dollars for the same type of work. The pipeline produces about 6 articles in half a day. That is 2 weeks of an agency's output before lunch. Now, knowing the pipeline is one thing, believing it transfers to your business is another. All right, you watched the pipeline run. Now I want to tell you what it does not do. The pipeline delivers 80%. The remainder 20% is the operator's seat, catching the edge cases the gates cannot model. The brand voice the rubric does not see. The strategic call, whether this article ships this week or next week. I usually spend about 20 minutes here. I do the final read, perform a light polish, and then I approve. 80-20. The pipeline does the first read, I do the last one. And here's one specific story. The audio pipeline had pronunciation skills early on in the pipeline. The quality gates never caught them. They weren't built for that. I caught it on the final read. The solution? Upgraded to the next new model. Problem fixed. That is the human in the loop pattern. Operators catch what only operators would notice. The last 20%, that's not the agent. That's you. The agent delivers the scope. The operator delivers the trust. Agents are non-deterministic. They live and die with the task. And referral agents, persistent operators. The operator is the persistent state of the system, which is the question every operator is asking right now. Where do I fit? I want to show you the same 5-job structure for a completely different department. In my retail distribution business, we had to find distributors and retail outlets for our brand, participate in trade shows, trade business cards, send email follow-ups, build relationship with people. Furthermore, create routes for our salespeople, qualify leads, send cold emails. and perform research on companies. That is a full department's work. Now imagine the same team of agent structure. A team that prepares your weekly calendar with qualified leads, so you walk to every single meeting prepared. A team that keeps a knowledge base of your pricing structure, your competitor, and your services. A team that drafts bespoke proposals for every single lead. By the time you sit down to meet, you have a dossier on every single lead. The relationship building isn't going away. That is not what agents are for. The agent prepares the table, the operator sits at it. The question becomes the same in every single department. What will you delegate first? The operator's builder's bridge isn't about learning to code. It's about delegating the execution to specialists you grade. And the specialists are now agents. 3 things to take with you. 1. You don't have to pay an agency $2,000 to $10,000 a month. The architecture exists. 2. The agents do the scope, you do the trust. 3. MFRO agents, persistent operator. The agents come and go with the task. You're the one that stays. 5-person SEO team, cents per article. 6 articles in half a day. That is 2 weeks of an agency's output before lunch. And the architecture is open. Take it, use it. Tell me the first agent you'll build for your business. 1 sentence. The comments are the assignment. I'll pin the best one. Again, thank you for joining me this week. This is Operator Mode.